Hey guys, it's Figs here again, and welcome to episode number 20 of Rare and Collectible PlayStation 3 games. So the first game I'm going to talk about is Time and Eternity. Now this is a Japanese role-playing game. It's an NIS title. As most of the other NIS titles, it is quite collectible. You're lucky if you can find this under $20. I've actually never seen it in the wild. I believe my friend helped me find this about 5 years ago. So if you can find this under like the $25 mark, I'd definitely pick it up, guys. So that is Time and Eternity. Next game we have is Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters. This again is an NIS title, another JRPG. I've never actually played this one, so I can't tell you what it's like. But like the last title, I rarely see it in the wild. I think this is the only copy I've ever actually found. And I snagged it up pretty quickly. So if you can find it, again, around the $20 to $25 mark, definitely pick it up. Just trying to focus the camera, guys. Apologies. So next, I wanted to talk about a couple of Ghost Recon Tom Clancy games. So they're all pretty common, the standard releases, but I reckon the double packs are worth collecting. They're not rare at all, but they're definitely worth collecting. So first we have Rainbow Six Vegas 2 and Ghost Recon 2 double pack. Comes with both games on one disc and one manual. We've got Ghost Recon 1 and 2 double pack. And the final one we have Rainbow Six Vegas as well as the Splinter Cell Double Agent double pack. Now this one's sealed, so I can't show you guys the inside. Just like I've showed in the previous episodes, definitely think it's worth picking up like trilogies and double packs, etc. Because most of the time it includes the latest version of the game with the updated patches as well as all the DLC. Once servers do go down, these games some of them will be unplayable without these patches. The only way to get those is by having these complete copies, which come in most of these packs. So again, my opinion, they're going to be quite collectible down the line. Well, this next title's in a similar vote. It is the Tomb Raider Trilogy, Classics HD. This includes Tomb Raider Underworld, Legend, and Anniversary. Next, I wanted to show you guys some Tony Hawk games. There's actually 5 Tony Hawk skateboarding games for the PS3. There's 2 that I definitely think are becoming quite hard to find. Proving into that rare game mark. First one is Project 8. This took me a long time to find. I recently found a second copy. But if you can find it under $20, I'll definitely pick it up, guys. So that's Tony Hawk Project 8. It was an earlier release one and it was quite popular, so this can be harder to find. The next one is a lot harder to find, and that is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. Yes, Pro Skater 5 got a PS3 release, as some people will be saying. That came out on the PS3. Copies of this on the PS4 are cheap. However, PS3 copies seem to be quite expensive if you can find it. Especially in Australia, because it didn't get a release here. I've never played this, but I've heard very bad things about it, unfortunately. So that might be behind the reason that it didn't sell too well. So that is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. The next game we have is Top Gun Hardlock. This is actually becoming quite hard to find. Copies are creeping in the $30 plus range. That is Top Gun Hardlock. I've never played this, but it's based on the Top Gun movie of the same name, obviously. And there was another Top Gun game released for the PS3. This one is very difficult to track down if you're not in America, as it was an exclusive. It comes bundled with the Top Gun movie, and that is Top Gun Wingman Edition video game with the Blu-ray movie. And shout out to my friend TJ for helping me find this one. It's even got a... I've never actually seen this before, but it's got a slip for the manual, which is awesome. So that is the Wingman Edition. The game and the movie come on the same disc. Unfortunately, if you're in Australia or Europe, you're going to be looking at the $40 plus mark to import this one. Next game I want to talk about is pretty interesting. It's a kids game. However, it's not after a movie or anything. It's quite unknown. That is Tornado Outbreak. I could relate just to say Katamari. You play as a tornado, and the objective is to make the tornado bigger by sucking things up. I actually really enjoyed this, guys. If you get a chance to play it, I highly recommend it. Here's the North American version. It did actually receive a power release as well. However, the power release was a later release, so it has the different spine. So I'll just point out the two differences there. Both of these editions are very hard to find, whether you're in North America or you're in Europe. So that is Tornado Outbreak. Again, if you find this game under $20, I would pick it up, guys. The next game we're going to talk about is something a little bit different. It is Tower of Guns, the Special Edition. This is a Sedesco title. Like all Sedesco titles, they won't mass produce, so they can be a little bit harder to find. I believe this game uses a different variety of guns, and it looks interesting. I haven't played it, so I can't comment too much on it. My copy is sealed, but I've never seen it in the wild. I did manage to find a copy online quite easily, guys, so I'm sure you still can, but I would grab it now before you don't see it anymore. So that is Tower of Guns. Next game we're going to talk about is Trinity Souls of Zill. I've got the North American copy here. This was an RPG. Again, I haven't played it, so I can't comment too much on it. I did find this when I was in America in the wild. However, it's the only time I've ever seen a copy in the wild, and I rarely ever see it for sale. So if you do find this one, guys, definitely pick that one up. Next game we're going to talk about is another JRPG. This is Trinity Universe. It is an NIS title. Again, like most NIS titles, it is quite hard to find. You're going to be looking at $20 plus for this one, if you can find it. Wasn't a late release, but it was... I thought it was a little bit earlier than that. 2010, so it's a 10-year-old game, so it's going to be a little bit hard to find. That is Trinity Universe, guys. This next one's a little bit interesting. Trivial Pursuit. I had quite difficulty finding this. It's not collectible. It's not rare at all. I wouldn't even call it collectible. I would just let you guys that are going for a full set know that this is not an easy game to find, especially with the manual. So I just wanted to quickly touch on Trivial Pursuit. Next game we have is becoming a rare game. You can only get it through European countries. It is Truck Racer. It was a Big Ben title. I got my copy through Germany. Copies online are looking at like the $40 plus mark, which is just insane for what it is. So again, that's Truck Racer. Next game's a little bit interesting. It is Turbo Super Stunt World, and it's a DreamWorks title. This copy is sealed. Like the kids games, this one is one of the harder ones to find. You're going to be looking at the $30 mark for this one new. I don't know about used because I've never seen it in the wild. However, this is definitely a title that I would be picking up sooner rather than later. So that is DreamWorks Turbo Super Stunt Squad. This next one you can find in the wild. However, in my 5 years of it collecting, or 6 years now of collecting anyway, I've certainly seen less and less of these. And that is Turok. It used to be a $5 game. You're going to be looking at around the $15 mark today. This is like a dinosaur hunting type game. That's Turok. This next game's in a similar boat as Turok. It used to be really common. However, I don't see it very often anymore. And as stores like GameStop and EB Games stop accepting trade-ins, you will see these games less and less. So that is Twisted Metal. If you played this on PS1, you know what it's about. It's about like vehicles that run into each other and have destruction derbies. So that is Twisted Metal, guys. It's got a reversible cover too, which is pretty cool. So the next game I wanted to talk about is another RPG. It is Two Worlds, and we've got the Two Worlds Game of the Year edition here as well. Again, I do not see this in the wild very often. It was produced by South Peak Games. We have Two Worlds. I haven't played it. I haven't heard the best reviews about it, so I probably won't be playing it. And here we have the Game of the Year edition. You can find copies around the $15 mark, guys, so you don't be spending too much on this one. Next we have UFC Undisputed 2009, and here we have the George St. Pierre cover variant. This cover variant's quite collectible. It's harder to find. I found a copy in the wild in Canada, pretty cheap. However, I know if you're not in North America, you're going to have a hard time finding this one. So that is the George St. Pierre cover variant for UFC Undisputed 2009. This next one's interesting. So this is part of two different cases. So the first one is the Ultimate Action triple pack. The second one's the Ultimate Stealth triple pack. My copy's in the mail. My buddy's had it for we've been doing a trade for about 3 years, and we finally just finished it. So I'll be glad to get that one soon. So the Ultimate Action triple pack, it includes Just Cause 2, Sleeping Dogs, as well as Tomb Raider. It's a nice triple pack. I will show the Stealth pack in an upcoming episode, guys. So shout out to Stefan for that one. Hopefully it arrives soon, man. Here we have Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. This is quite an expensive game. You're looking at the $30 plus mark. However, over the years, I've seen a lot of copies of this. I'm talking like 20, 30 plus copies in the wild. So it's definitely not rare, guys. I would wait until you find a copy under $20. So that is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Next game we're going to talk about is Ultra Street Fighter 4. This one's a little bit harder to find. I got a copy from PlayAsia sealed a long time ago. Never seen it in the wild, so I'll give that an example of how hard it is to find. You're probably going to be paying around $30 for this one, guys. So that is Ultra Street Fighter 4. Alright, so this next game's pretty exciting. Here we have a SMUP. This is the only SMUP that was released in North America or Europe, and it is Under Defeat HD Deluxe Edition. It does come with a soundtrack, which I store all my soundtracks together. It's actually a really fun shoot 'em up, so if you collect shoot 'em ups, I would definitely look for this one. The other three were only released in Japan, and they can be found in my last video. So this one is Under Defeat HD Deluxe Edition. Unfortunately, you're going to be looking at $40 plus for this game, guys. I believe the North American version is even more expensive, so good luck trying to find a copy. Next game we're going to talk about is a fighting game. It is called Under Night in Birth, and again, it was published by NIS America. I have played this game, guys, and I really enjoyed it. It's a really fun fighting game. However, it's quite hard to find. I haven't seen a copy in the wild for years. I believe the last copy I seen was the one I bought, and copies online are looking at the $25 plus mark, so good luck trying to find this one. This is Under Night, In Birth. I can't even read, it's so small, the font. And we're going to talk about one more game in this video, guys. So this is Untold Legends Dark Kingdoms. This was an early title for the PS3. I believe it was either a launch title or released in its first year. It was one of the first RPGs on the system. Just realised I've got the wrong disc, so I'll definitely be looking to get another copy. It's got the North American disc, and I've got an Australian copy. So that is Untold Legends Dark Kingdoms. You can find this around the $10 mark, however, finding a copy complete in good condition can be a little bit harder, guys, so be sure to look out for this one. So that concludes episode 20 of our Rare and Collectible PlayStation 3 series. I'm just about to record episode 21, which will be the rest of my games. Following that, I have showed you guys most of my Asian games already. We might do another episode of games from Japan, some Japanese exclusives that are definitely collectible. I will do an episode in the future of games that I didn't show in this series that I've since picked up. I believe I can do another 20 or so games, possibly. Even if I can get 10, I can definitely make a video out of that. As always, guys, don't forget to leave a like and comment on the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.